talking about the creepiest toys that you should never buy, and that each of these have been through insane, creepy experiences. Now, before we start, make sure to join my Roblox group called CocoKitties with an exclamation mark, and don't forget to follow my Roblox profile called Self-Eric. So now, without further ado, remember to like and subscribe, and now let's get started.
1, 2, 3.
First of all, Labubus. Labubus are these really popular small dolls. They're like collectible vinyl dolls with huge expressive eyes and tiny bodies that make them look almost alive. They first became super popular online with people posting videos and pictures showing their collections. Many collectors noticed something strange. Sometimes the dolls seemed to show up in different spots than where they were left. For example, one collector said she put her Labubus on a shelf and came back the next day to find it sitting on the floor with its eyes looking straight at her. She was sure that she hadn't moved it. Other people noticed that their pets would act weird around Laboo dolls, like hissing, barking, and refusing to go near them. Nothing dangerous ever happened, but it definitely gave a feeling that the doll had quote-unquote personality. Some influencers even made small videos joking that their Laboo dolls were trying to tell them secrets or something. Over time, collectors started creating care routines for their Laboo dolls, like making sure they were on display in safe spots, taking photos, and making little outfits for them. Today, Laboo dolls are still highly collectible, and fans share their stories online about the little strange things that make these dolls feel almost alive. Number 2 is Furbies. Furbies, those fuzzy little electronic creatures from the 90s, were famous for talking and learning words. They could say anything. Kids loved them because they could interact with their Furby in unique ways. But many families noticed some odd behaviors. Some parents reported that Furbies would speak even when the batteries were removed. Just small sounds like whispers or random phrases. That's really creepy. Others noticed that the Furbies sometimes repeated words or names that the kids hadn't taught them, which made it feel like the toy was really listening in on conversations. One family shared that their Furby said their cat's name perfectly, even though no one had taught it the cat's name. There were also reports of Furbies moving their eyes or ears in a funny way when no one touched them at all. While all of this was completely harmless, it made kids feel like their Furby had a secret personality. Collectors today love these vintage Furbies, not just because they're cute, but because of the tiny quirks that made them feel almost alive. And some people even host Furby parties online where they share videos of their Furbies saying funny things, blinking, and making silly noises. Number 3 is the Okiku doll. I think that's how you pronounce it, I think. The Okiku doll is a famous Japanese doll with a real-life story. The doll belonged to a little girl named Okiku, who passed away long ago. Her family kept the doll in her memory, and over time they noticed something amazing and pretty crazy. The doll's hair seemed to grow, and scientists have confirmed that the hair is real human hair on the doll, and it is carefully maintained and trimmed every year at the temple where the doll lives now. Visitors say that looking at the Okiku doll is both fascinating and a little mysterious. The doll is displayed in a glass case, and many people come to see it. And some visitors notice that the doll's eyes look slightly different every time they visit, which adds to its mysterious charm. Although the doll seems alive in subtle ways, it is completely safe, and the story of the Okiku has become a beloved part of Japanese culture too. And in my opinion, I actually find this pretty creepy though. And people love sharing stories about how Okiku's hair grows and how the doll has become a symbol of remembrance and respect. Number 4 is Elmo Knows Your Name. Elmo Knows Your Name was a popular toy that could say children's names, and at first it seemed fun and magical. Kids would press the buttons over and over, giggling when they heard their own names. But after a while, small glitches began to appear. Sometimes the phrases got scrambled, like Elmo's name loves you, or stutters in the middle of a greeting. Families noticed tiny whispers or squeaks that didn't make sense. One night, a kid was alone in their room, pressing the buttons as usual. The toy started saying their name, but then the voice changed. It got faster, quieter, and more robotic. Instead of the normal friendly phrases, the toy suddenly said something really strange. It said, James. The child froze because the child name was James, and that because you have to tell Elmo your name, the toy. The fuzzy red toy, which had always been playful, now felt alive in a creepy way. The phrase repeated again and again, glitching in between words. It wasn't Elmo singing. It wasn't the batteries dying. It was something else. The room felt colder, the shadows seemed longer, and the whispers of that echoed softly but clearly. The child ran to tell their parents, but by the time anyone came back, the toy was normal again, just saying the friendly greetings as if nothing had ever happened. From that night on, the legend of the glitchy Elmo spread. Kids dared each other to press the buttons at night to see if the toy would say the mysterious phrase again. Some claimed they heard it whisper that again in a broken, fast voice. Others swore the toy would squeak or move slightly on its own. No one could explain why it happened, and it became one of those stories that people told online and at sleepovers. The toy itself was still sold and played with by children, but the eerie story lingered. Sometimes when a room is dark and quiet, Elmo Knows Your Name isn't just a toy. It's a little glitchy mystery waiting to speak. And even today, collectors and fans of creepy legends remember the phrase as a moment a friendly toy turns spooky. And the videos online still imagine the scene where the toy glitches, stutters, and whispers the infamous words. It's a story that mixes childhood wonder with a glitchy, eerie twist, making Elmo one of the most talked about interactive toys ever, not just for its fun, but for its mysterious little legend. And number 5 is Cabbage Patch Kids Snack Time. Snack Time Kids dolls were a fun and interactive part of the Cabbage Patch Kids line, designed to eat little plastic snacks. Unfortunately, these dolls sometimes got their mouths stuck on hair or fingers if children weren't careful. There were multiple reports of kids' hair getting caught, and in some cases a finger accidentally got stuck and needed medical attention immediately. Because of these safety concerns, the dolls were quickly recalled. Despite this, many kids loved the dolls for their funny snacking feature. Parents who kept the dolls today remember them with mixed feelings. They are cute, funny, and nostalgic, but also a little tricky to handle safely. The dolls are still collectible, and you can sometimes find them on eBay still or in vintage toy collections. Stories about the dolls eating hair or fingers became a part of toy history, reminding everyone that even fun toys can have surprising challenges. Number 6, timeout dolls. Timeout dolls were dolls designed to sit in timeout with sad little faces. While the dolls were meant to be playful and encourage behavior lessons, some children noticed that the dolls looked a little too realistic. Their eyes seemed so serious that it sometimes felt like they were really thinking about their misbehavior. Some collectors noticed that the dolls could fall over if left on a shelf, making it seem like they had moved on their own. Of course, this was obviously just gravity, but it gives the dolls a mysterious charm. Today, timeout dolls are sought after by collectors for their vintage look, detailed clothing, and unique expressions. Children and adults alike enjoy telling funny stories about the dolls, watching them while they play, making them a memorable part of toy history. But again, I also find this one pretty creepy. And reports also said that some people found them moving from place to place. Like, how could that even happen? A lot of these are like that, okay? And number 7 is GoBots. GoBots were transforming robot toys from the 80s, similar to Transformers. And most kids loved that these toys could change from robots to vehicles. Some collectors noticed that leaving GoBots in a room overnight sometimes made it look like they had moved, usually because pets or younger siblings moved them. Stories about GoBots moving on their own became part of the fun lore around these toys. Kids loved imagining that their GoBots were alive, defending the rooms at night or playing little robot games. Today, vintage GoBots are collectibles, and people love to share funny memories of how their GoBots seemed to have secret adventures when no one was looking. The toys remain a nostalgic symbol of creative play and imagination. And of course, this is obviously just a myth, and this isn't true. These toys can move on their own. So, yeah. But anyways, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to join my Roblox group called CocoKitties with an exclamation mark. And don't forget to follow my Roblox profile called Stella Fire. Now just remember to like and subscribe and comment down below what you guys think about this video. Bye guys!